All right, good evening and welcome to the Coach Murray Show. I'm Adam Bell along with head coach of Indians football, Coach Russ Murray. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good.
Last Friday night, we had everything. Monsoon, lightning delay, everything in the world you can imagine got thrown at us, and you guys still pulled it off. That was some fun Friday night.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking, but fun.
Well, yeah, it was nerve-wracking, I guess. But, anytime, the first game of the season, you always have a lot of unknowns. And we had the rain, lightning delayed, and made it even worse. We were stuck in that old weight room of theirs, and I don't even know if it's a quarter the size of this room, and we had all 70 guys and the managers and the coaches jammed in there, and it was hot, and but the maturity of the kids, kicked in a couple years ago. I would have lost them,
Yeah.
but they just waited it out, and and then our whole warm up stuff was different than normal, but we have a plan to do things, and we keep our warm ups to a minimum. We just do what we have to do, and they did an excellent job. Hats off to the coaches and the players for that. They did a remarkable job of getting us prepared, and we started off and we received the ball and took it right down and scored the first drive of the season, and that always makes you happy as a head coach. It makes everybody happy. The fans. Oh man, and I know we'll talk about it in a minute, but I was so impressed with you like to call them the Road Warriors.
They showed up, didn't they?
And there's a picture that somebody had. I think it was one that Rhonda did. I'm not sure, but it was a picture of the cheerleaders. But somebody said, "Look at all those umbrellas at the back." And those stands were full. And I'm glad they came out to show the guys the support. That was fantastic for them to have them on the road like that for sure.
I know I was told during the week last week that the visitor side sat 800. So, and our band is probably, 150? 150 of that?
I'm not sure.
The
band's not as large as it has been, but, yeah, they're a good-sized band. So, they're always going to take a hunk of stands up for sure. And, we had people rolling in there even when the lightning delay started.
Mm-hmm.
We already had people rolling in, and I was impressed by that.
Yeah. How do you handle the weather delay as a coach? I know both teams were affected, but you guys were out on the field getting warmed up. That lightning delay almost immediately.
Yeah.
You go in and you get cramped in the tight space and then come back out. How does that affect you?
Well, you just got to get the guys off their feet and relax, and get some fluids in them. A little chance to get some more water and Gatorade in them if they have it. And you just kind of relax. Ain't nothing you could do. You just wait till the good Lord gets through with the lightning around you. And like I said, it takes some maturity on the kids' part to do that, because you can get distracted. The kids, you can get distracted in a heartbeat. You've raised kids, and you know how they can get distracted with all their friends there, and we had a speaker. We played a little music, and we just kind of sit back and
let them relax
a little bit, and they're pumped up wanting to play the first game of the year. They're wanting to get in there, but we remind them, hey, when we go out there, we're going to have 2 hours to play. That's roughly what by the time a ball game starts to from start to finish, that's about how much time you're going to be out there. So they just relaxed and got the job done, when they got out there. So I was proud of them for that. And the coaches too. Coaches did a good job talking to them about different things. We didn't have a walkthrough, I guess physical walkthrough, but we had some mental walkthroughs. The coaches did a good job coaching them up. Coach Lloyd in his last minute, and he had more minutes to give those offensive linemen, and Coach Hagan's the whole defense, him and Coach Wilds and Coach Stevenson with the offense, and Coach Wittenberg kind of bouncing, doing it all with special teams and things like that. But I'm real proud of the way the coaches were during, the beginning of the during that rain delay and as well as the players too. They make my job easier. I got the best coaches around. I know everybody says that.
Solid staff.
But
a lot of history.
I believe that I have the best group of guys that I can work with, and I'm proud of that. And they did a great job Friday night for sure.
Coach, going when the game gets going, it's close game all the way. Obviously going into overtime. Going into the halftime, we were down But I mean, the guys responded.
Well, a lot of the things, I told the coaches to be real positive with them at halftime, and I kind of jumped the gun to start off with, and I wasn't positive at all. I kind of challenged them a little bit. I think this team has a chance to be pretty good, but like I told y'all in the previous shows leading up to this, this team's never done anything. We made the playoffs last year and we got beat the first round. But as a team and as me as the head coach, we've never done anything. And we can't be going around beating on our chest,
Right.
and playing Jeff Davis, the type of team that they're built to be or they are, is a good test because they came off and hit us right in the mouth, and we took, we went down the first drive and scored and they got the ball and turned it over. And we thought this is going to be an easy day. But, I know how well they're coached. A lot of people, I had a lot of friends talking, well, that was close with Jeff Davis. I said, that ain't the Jeff Davis of old. I mean, he's Coach Hilton. He's got a fine program up there. And I just love the way those guys came to the line of scrimmage and came off the ball. You could tell they're well coached and they're disciplined by doing that. And then they got after it. And our guys, we took it in the mouth, but then I challenged them at halftime, hey, what are you going to do now? Are we going to still keep doing it, or are we going to come, get some fire? And it came out, and it took us a while, but we got the tie and score, and, events happened or whatever, and luckily we were able to stay in it, and they missed a field goal at the end, and, our defense got a big turnover there in the fourth quarter, the overtime, and I knew right then we had that game.
Yeah.
We had that game.
As soon as we got the ball,
we got a field goal kicker that can go kick it just like that. He's just a freshman, but I'd put him up against any kicker we've ever had here. He's solid. He does a great job for us out there at practice, and I knew we had it won then. We just didn't need to turn the ball over. And we ran 2 plays, and I was like, all right, Coach, time to give it to Lily. Let him get to 2 yards, and we did. And, a lot of people – they recognize, we gave it to Lily. But I'm telling you what, Colin Lloyd, Elias Williams, and, Hayden Rogers, and, all the OL, but those guys in particular, along with Bryson Albritton, they drove their guys into the end zone 3 yards deep. And, and that was so impressive for them to step up at a time we needed them to do that. I was just jacked watching that. Because those boys, Colin, we always – that was really when he stepped up and did a true dog play, like we call it. And I was so excited for him and his parents, because his parents follow us. They've been following us as his older brother, and they work real hard in the program. And Bryson's too. I loved the fact that they had that moment. I hope they have many more moments this year, but I was so excited for those guys to have that moment. And go back and look if you don't know what I'm talking about. That touchdown in overtime. Watch those guys, 73, 18, 59, 9, and just drive them into the end zone. That's just awesome. That was awesome.
They did. It was fun. And, you always say the game's won in the trenches, but in a game like that, the weather's just terrible. It really is won in the trenches in a game like that.
Oh, no doubt. It limited some things we can do. We didn't complete passes, and nor did they, but – they didn't throw as much as we did, but it's tough when the ball's wet and guys are sliding down. I know early in this, I think it was the first, early in this, maybe the second quarter, might have been the first quarter, we ran a big deep post to DeMarion, a little bit DeMarion's running and he's wide open and Jalen's got it on and he falls down. He slips on grass. Y'all might have remembered that. And you could tell he was going to catch it because the ball went right where he fell, went right over his head. That was, and they overcame that. And we did what we had to do, and I like that as a coach that the kids and the coach were able to adjust. In the past, this team wouldn't be able to adjust to things. We were just built one way, and we have built in. With the coaches, they've done a great job putting options in. We're supposed to go left, but what if something there? Well, let's go a little bit further up, and then we'll go left. Just all kind. Or maybe we need to go right. Well, we're not programmed to go right, but now we are programmed to go right too. And I'm so happy that these guys have grown into those roles for sure.
So making those adjustments during the flow of the game.
And Coach Hagan's being here, bringing his his knowledge of the game, on levels beyond high school is really, drove home the importance of watching film. And I think the guys are getting the message. I mean, I've talked to them blue in the face, about it. And we have guys that Coach Stevenson works with his guys too on it. But Coach Higgins has really got on his defense about it. If they don't watch it, they're going to run. And by gosh, they're watching film and they're getting something from it. And, our quarterback club, which I'm glad they spend a bunch of money for our huddle package, and I promise you they're getting their money's worth this year for sure. Because I can pull it up and show you all the minutes these guys have been watching.
Speaking of defensive back that you just mentioned, who was the defensive back Friday night? I mean, just leveled some. Jeff Davis player, I believe it was on special teams. No,
when he fumbled the ball?
No, it wasn't.
No, and we turned around and got a touchdown after that?
Yeah. At this end of the field, oh, my God, what a hit.
Listen, I'm not even going to say his name. You should know who it is. Who do you think it probably was?
Who do what now?
Who do you think it was?
Who do I think it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably Jalen Lilly.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was.
Is that exactly who?
He went in there. He had several big hits. Now he wasn't the only one. They had, I was excited and happy and pleased with our physicality.
After that, you could see the energy, man.
That's right.
It was crazy.
We're that's a compliment to what the coaches have done in the offseason. We had Coach Jones for 3 years. Ran a great weight room, and Coach Stevenson hadn't missed a beat with it. And our guys are strong. They're not. Yeah. They're not the little puppies that were 3 years ago. We got some guys throwing some weight around, and it's been a lot of work, but it's a testament to our kids and for sure our coaches. They've done a great job in the weight room, and they can be more physical with what they have. I mean, they can bring it now.
Well,
sure.
What's that old saying? He delivered the wood, the lumber, or something.
Yeah, he did that. But I'm not saying we're where we need to be. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We got a long ways to go.
It was clean. It was a good hit.
Oh yeah, we got a long ways to go with our physicality and things such as that. But I was pleased with the things that went on as far as that goes for sure.
Well, let's change gears a little bit. Sammy Hendricks is our our new associate here on the Coach Murray Show, but he's out of town training on his real job.
Right.
And he sent in some questions, Coach. I'm going to hit you with a couple of them real quick here in the first part. The first one he asked about is your decision, and as the flow of the game was going, to switch out King and Cruz.
To put down King out at receiver.
Well, you didn't pull King out. I mean, wide receiver.
Oh yeah, he's
well, switching that out.
Yeah, King's our quarterback. My gosh, he's our guy.
Right.
But we gain so much. But he's just an exceptional athlete. We gain so much with putting him out there at receiver. He's a matchup problem. He's 6'4", and we don't look. Aiden's pretty solid at quarterback, and we gain a lot more putting him at receiver than we lose at quarterback, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
And, because Aiden's going to do what he's coached to do. He may not have the physical prowess that King has, but he's going to do what he's coached to do. And it's going to be easy to throw to a guy like Lily.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep saying Lily had the same names, like King, and it worked out. I mean, that's nothing new. We've only seen it twice because we've only had 2 games. You saw it in the spring game.
Right.
And Jalen gets real excited about that. He's already committed to Gardner Webb as a quarterback, so he's going to play quarterback at the next level, I do believe. They like him there, and he can do that. And we're going. I mean, us being a small program, to have him sitting on the bench is just punishing the other kids too. Think about him returning some kicks or returning some punts or something like that.
Right.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could, because I'm a firm believer of trying to get the best 11 out there on the field to give us a chance. These guys wearing these spears a chance to win, and the coaches are making moves, and I'm supporting what they're doing, and you'll see some more of it. You'll see some more of that, and maybe some other people. Jalen Lilly can play quarterback. A lot of people don't remember, but he played quarterback his freshman year some.
Right.
You know, with King, and King played a little receiver back then. This summer, King had to go do something during the summer. We had a big passing day up in Ware County, and Aiden was hurt at the time. So Bryson Albritton, who's kind of like our emergency quarterback, Bryson Albritton and Lily went up there, and we ran the passing tournament with them. And, you know, we picked up some good wins with both of them because, you know, these guys they work hard, and I don't mind putting somebody somewhere to make all the 11 successful,
right.
you know. And, you know, but it's, you know, like I said, 11's our quarterback, you know, but he's going to play some receiver.
Oh, yeah.
And 15, he will play some quarterback.
And I tell you, Coach, when he's out there at receiver, that creates another problem for the defense because you already got one guy 6'9".
Well,
then you get the other guy over there 6'7". It's like the Twin Towers.
Well, he's 6'4", King is, roughly 6'4", and Elias is 6'7". But, yes, you don't see that much in high school, and especially on a team that's of our size, our school size or whatever. So, you know, like I told the coach from Georgia when he was down here looking at Elias, you know, what do you think he'll play in college or whatever? I said, Coach, I think he's a rush in. I said, but I'd be crazy not to have him on the field to throw the ball to him.
Right.
And but he has great hands. He's just a little bit behind with learning some stuff, some nuances with that. I mean, we're going to play him more outside the box, not just to be a blocking tight end. We want him to be out in the box so we can throw.
Elias? Is that
Yeah,
what you're talking about?
Elias,
Okay.
yes. And you're going to see some of that. You know, this is the first game we put in.
Yeah.
We put in what we put in, and there's been a lot of work going on this week.
By the time we're playing region, there'll be so much more offense than there is last night or the other night.
Listen, we're facing some incredible teams up until region, and so we're going to have to do some things that you may not have seen us do in a long, long time. Well, number one, because we didn't have the ability to do it. Number two, it's because we didn't have to do it. But we're going to have to do some things that you may see very strange, you know. Mm-hmm. But we're working on some things now that I even think strange. But I trust Coach Higgins. I trust Coach Stevenson, you know, because they're all in it for the boys. And, you know, we're not just these boys, but for our future. You know, we're trying to build the best program that we have for these kids. And we're going to do things that work for everybody, not just one or two individuals. You know, we do have some great players in the senior class. I mean, these boys have worked since they were freshmen. Yeah, and but we just can't build our world around them. You know, we got to build it around these Spears, I might say. You know, and they're going to be a big part of what we do. And an essential and crucial part. You know, we couldn't do it without them. But we're going to do some things, and they've been real solid about doing things that they're really not that comfortable with. Like number one, you know, Nathan Hamlet, running back. We tried to get him to run the ball all year last year. Nope, not going to do it. And we ran him in that scrimmage, and I kind of like this. You know, and we told him, you know, trust us. We know what you can do. And he had some fine runs the other day. He did. Know, and, you know, and I'm not going to discuss the officiating and things like that because we're on the road, first game of the season. They're rusty too, bad weather, whatever. But I will say this, that touchdown he scored in the first quarter when he took it about 59, 60 yards, they said we were in legal formation. Y'all thought it.
Is that what the flag was? Okay.
They said we're in legal formation. Well, we have huddle on the sideline with iPads, and we're looking. No, everybody was where they were supposed. They weren't. We actually had a formation to where the inside receiver was ineligible. He was covered up. Mm-hmm. So we had plenty of people on the line of scrimmage. And they missed it. You know, unfortunately they missed it, but it was missed. But, you know, he's explosive. That kid, he's one of the fastest guys on the team. You know, and that's an example. I mean, he was if y'all can remember, he wore 38 last year, and he was one of our leading tacklers at linebacker. And he hadn't set on the field at linebacker this year yet. Well, and and it's because he missed a few well, a lot of things we had in the summer. He
Right.
you know, and Coach Hagan's, he's new here. Coach Hagan's didn't know what he did last year, but like I said, Coach Hagan's knows what he's doing, and I trust what he's doing. And he's putting people where he thinks they need to play his best, and I'm following. I mean, we have number 2 out there playing free. No, he's the cat. He's a cat, kind of sort of like a strong safety. He's playing that, but you remember how well he played at linebacker, So like I said, these kids have been great about moving and doing different things. And I think that goes down to some of the stuff I'm trying to drive home to them about trying to win today, doing what you can, what you have to do to win today. You just can't be comfortable. You have to do what you –
You're going to keep working.
That's right, and I'm proud of them for that, and I hope they continue to do that all throughout the year.
All right, Coach. I've got one more from Sammy from Foresight. See if I can pull it up here real quick.
Oh, yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, what do we do? What does we need to do better to stop the run?
Well, yeah, we were getting wore out in the A gaps this week, and we made a change. And I don't know if you saw that worm turn, you might say we started nailing those A gaps and kind of slowing down their run a little bit. So we made some adjustments.
Right.
But I'm telling you, that team that we played, they had. I think they've had about 3 years in a row of at least 10 win seasons. 12 one year. They lost a lot to graduation, but they still had a lot of guys. Like he said, they're all little, but they play hard. And I'm telling you, as hard as they play, they're going to take them some places.
That's not an offense you see every day either.
Well, no, I mean, it's one we'll see again this year.
This week, Yulee?
Dublin.
Oh, okay.
They'll run the same kind of wing. I hope they don't come off the line like Jeff Davis.
They wait and all of a sudden they're there, boom.
Yeah, and that just shows their discipline and they work hard. But we stiffened some things up and we made some adjustments. We kind of straightened it out during the game. If you notice, you watch the game, it kind of they stopped getting those big chunks of yards and things. And we've got to get better. Like I said, that's our first game. A lot of you don't notice either, we got 2 offensive linemen that are playing both ways. So I told y'all a while back in the preseason show we had that our defensive line was hit the hardest from graduation last year.
It was a hard hit game.
We really miss Assad and Gage in the middle. I mean, I would love that they had one more year, both of them, because they could play our tackle spots and we could go. But Eli Hobbs is stepping up, and you'll see a lot more of him playing. I love watching that little booger go, and James Lovett, he played well, and Xavion Jackson and James Lovett are 2 offensive linemen that play both ways, along with Hayden Rogers. He's out there on the end. So we don't try to get our offensive linemen to play both ways all the time, but we have to do what we have to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to get our best 11 out there.
It's a long season, too.
And until somebody steps up, that's the way we're going to do it.
All right, Coach. Anything else this half from this past Friday night that you want to hit on? I know you have some stuff written down over there. I don't want to miss anything.
I kind of said it. I want to say again, I really appreciate all the folks that went up there and weathered the storm. A lot of people could, and I'm sure a lot of them did turn back. Hey, Adam's covering this. We'll just watch it on TV. I'm glad you were there, because there's nothing more special to these boys than seeing a crowd. And there's nothing to me more special than after we win a ball game to see that alma mater to the crowd.
Yeah.
And to have some folks up there to sing it to, and to see the look in these boys' eyes, it's something else. They're excited. Your times of their lives, and I appreciate everybody that rode up there.
Well, really especially in that weather. A lot of people would stay home. I mean, you had 2 streaming companies up there, so I mean, in that weather, it's nasty. A lot of people would have said, whatever, but not our fans. Our fans showed up and packed that place out.
Well, that's always been special about this place right here, is that for sure.
Yeah, so I'm happy with them as well. Well, we're going to take a quick break, Coach. Then we come back. We're going to talk about this coming Friday night in the Yulee Hornets.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching the Coach Murray Show.
It's lunchtime. Come on down to Whistling Dixie and try some of our fantastic sandwiches. We even have wraps. We can put them on a pita bread for you. And hey, don't forget, we have those great salads, chef salads, chicken salad plates, tuna salad plates. It's all good. Remember, we have that wonderful Bluebell ice cream, all your favorite flavors. Try a double scoop waffle cone. You can even mix and match your favorite flavors. And for a quick pick-me-up, come on in for a delicious cappuccino or a small shot of espresso. Either one will wake you up. So come on down to Whistling Dixie. Let us serve you. And go Indians!
Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away.
UFP Folkestone, the #1 site-built construction plant in Georgia, is now hiring for multiple departments. We've been around since 2016, and we're located in, you guessed it, Folkestone, Georgia. Around here, we're more than just co-workers. We're like family, and we're part of an international family of companies with a long history of promoting from within. So if you like to work hard and get rewarded for it, this is the place for you. Check out our openings at ufpi.com/careers.
In your time of need, give Rob Robertson a call at 912-496-7388. Shepherd Robertson Funeral Home says, "Go Indians."
ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Murray Show. Coach, before we get into Yulee, I know you've got some other stuff you just mentioned off the air you wanted to hit on, like a JV tomorrow and so forth. Go ahead and tell us about all that.
Yeah, our JV's going to open up tomorrow. But before I get there, Coach Crafton in junior high, they've had a game under the belt against St. Mary's last week and did an exceptional job. We did the coaches show, I think, from there. And Saturday they went up and played in Jamboree. I don't know what they called it, but they played up there in the stadium up there in Waycross. And I got to see them play a Wayne County school, and I got to see them play clinch. And they did an exceptional job. I saw them flying around and hitting folks. And
how did that go Saturday? Because I didn't hear anything about it. Nobody said nothing.
Listen, I just saw them play clinch, and I got to see your younger kids play against I don't know which one. I don't know if Arthur Williams or Martha Puckett. It was one of the Wayne County schools, and they held their own. But when the older guys got out there against Clinch, the first play for scrimmage, Clinch has got like a 6'2" receiver. They threw it up there, and he just threw it over our little boy, and they scored. I told this is going to be a long day. And they made a switch and put another corner out there, and we kind of hooked. And we ended up, before it was over with, what they would do is take the ball for 20 minutes, and then we'd had the ball for 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
Well, during that, we got basically what it was a pick six, even though they were playing only in a half field, but he caught it in the flats, and he took off with it, and wasn't anybody going to catch him. So I figured we evened that up, and we took it on offense, and they were giving it to that Bryant boy, and gosh, we got some pretty good offensive linemen, some pretty good size offensive linemen, and they were just flying around and hitting folks. And then I was impressed about why they played. We scored several times, and it's an A.J. Glover. A.J. Glover was hitting the guys on the corner routes. Man, we want a kid like that that can do that so much up at our level, hit that corner route, because it's there a lot of times in high school, but all levels. And he threw a couple of corner routes for touchdowns, and I was impressed about what they don't play this week. They were probably supposed to play today. Today's Wednesday. I think they play next week, and I don't know where it's at, but you had to check the schedule. But our JV is opening up tomorrow. We're going to play Brantley County. Unfortunately, we didn't play Brantley County varsity this year. It was our turn to have them here, and we'd had a big old huge crowd. But I wouldn't take a season opener the way we had Friday over anything else. We went in overtime, and the kids played. Didn't play great to start off, but we finished strong. And you get a win, and everybody's happy. But we're going to play Brantley tomorrow in JV. I'm excited.
good.
I'm excited to see some of these young guys get out because, hey, they work just as hard as everybody else, and we're going to have some guys that have played varsity in years past playing, because we play 9, 10, 11th graders just like every JV does. But, there are some kids that, have got injured and are coming back from injuries over the summer and from the off season, and we've got some kids that maybe have been passed by guys that backed them up a year or so ago and gotten hungry, and maybe this is going to light a fire on them and stuff. But like I tell the kids, there's nothing wrong with playing JV. We turn the scoreboard when you play. It's great to get some game type reps, especially against other people. And I'm excited, other people other than you. And I'm excited about our guys getting out there and playing. We got I think we got the toughest little center in the world. We just saw his dad's commercial. One of the triplets, old Bennett Robertson. I love watching him play. And he's tough. He's tough as light or not. I mean, he's a little bitty thing. And he told me he was a center. I thought he was a receiver when he came out this spring. I said, huh? Yeah, I need a lineman number. And I was like, what? And he's a center. I said, yeah, okay. Watch him. And he's tough. I love watching him play. And so on and so forth. And he's going to do that. And I just wanted to highlight him. But there's a lot of guys. Trenton Cobb will be playing. And Brandon Woolard, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait to that guy's varsity. Y'all, he's going to turn up some – he's going to turn on some highlights now. And I'm excited about those. Get out. It's at 5 o'clock tomorrow here. So if y'all can make it, that'll be fantastic.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be over at Maiden Field tomorrow. I've already committed to the girls over there.
Well, that's
but I'll see if Sammy's back from training. I'll try to get this covered over here on our other channel.
Well, I'm all about that. Supporting the girls. It's a varsity. It's a region game. They already won one this week, so they're going to hopefully win another one tomorrow against Eccles.
They beat Adco yesterday, 18-0.
And I watched them play the game they played the other night against Glen Academy, and they played hard.
That was a good ball game.
We just fell down. I say fell down. We had a couple errors and some bad spots, and I'm sure Coach Bass will straighten those things out. And I love watching them play. I've watched. My daughter's the same age as these girls, and she used to play ball with them back when she was a kid. And she gave it up to do her majorette stuff.
I need to get a Coach Bass show.
But yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. And I think that would be a good one. I'm sure if you approached her about it, we'd do it. And anyway, I'll talk to her about it. We'll get that thing hooked up for you. But yeah, you cover that because I want to watch it. I want to watch it when I get home.
All right, Coach. That sounds good. I appreciate you letting me off the hook on that one.
That's right.
All right. We're JV tomorrow. Oh, we didn't. Did you say kickoff? 5 o'clock, right?
The 5 o'clock kickoff.
5 o'clock tomorrow. Over there, I have a doubleheader on CSN. 4 o'clock Bethune, 5:30 Maidens. So we've got a doubleheader over there, so y'all can be everywhere tomorrow.
That's right. You can watch the ball game on your phone. If you decide to come, if you're a parent or you have a kid playing, you can still watch the girls playing on your phone.
We got you covered no matter what. All right, Coach,
we'll talk about Yulee.
Sir?
Let's talk about Yulee.
All right, you want to dive into Yulee?
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking the other day. I say the other day. It was, been a while back, but I'm looking at Yulee. Gosh, they got like 1,400 kids that go to school there. So I'm like, what are we thinking? But we got a Nassau County school.
Yeah.
And we got 400, so they got 1,000 more. So we'll see how it goes. They're going to line up and spread it and run it and throw it everywhere, and I think it'd be pretty exciting. One thing I do not look forward to is those gnats and mosquitoes they have over there. They're atrocious. So I suggest that you wear
mosquitoes and sand gnats.
You wear a long sleeve shirt. You get one of those fishing shirts or something that's not real hot. But I suggest that. But anyway, we're excited. Coach Doherty, I think a lot of that dude. I met him a couple, I guess last year, and he seems to be. He likes being in North Florida. He's from South Florida, and he likes there, and why wouldn't you like it over there, closer to the beach or whatever? But he does a good job, and I'm excited to see our guys match up against a bigger school.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
We're gonna do everything we can to go over there, to win today.
Yeah.
Do the best we can, and we're gonna try to get it done. I hope everybody can make it over there.
Believe me, they're going.
Yeah, there's a lot of good places to eat.
Have you seen social media this week?
Nah,
I know you're worried about your foot, but let me tell you something, Coach. Our side is going to be packed, standing room only. Social media has blown up between Yulee and Charlton.
No, really?
Oh, yeah, the fans are talking trash, Coach. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What do you expect out of the Hornets? I know, have you got to see any film on them yet?
Oh, yeah. We've watched film on them. They played First Coast last week, and I guess a kickoff jamboree type thing they have. It'll be their season opener, their first official game, Friday. They run on offense, a spread offense, and they like to spread you out and throw it to some. They got a talented quarterback, some good wide receivers, and a little running back that's like a little spark plug. He goes, but he'll catch the ball. But he runs too. He's a good little runner. Right. And then on defense, they run a 3-3, kind of like Stack, like Barron ran. Running a little bit different. They love sending their linebackers, so we've been doing a lot of that work this week. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of our linebackers that, we're not linebacker poor. We're defensive line poor. We have a lot of linebackers, and a lot of our starters play against our offense when we're trying to run. So, Sammy's boy, he's running, Chance is running through there. Jorge's running through there. Dylan Nixon, they're popping through and things like that, and we're picking them up sometimes. Yep. Sometimes they're getting through. So they're getting us prepared for them for sure. I think it'd be pretty exciting,
Is it easier as a coach when you face a team that runs an offense similar to you? Is it easier to prepare for that type of team versus a team like Jeff Davis that runs more of a old school offense?
I don't know. I think it probably is easier because your kids are able to simulate it better, because you have to – you're only going to be as good as what you see. I mean, that's why it's so important to go against live people during the week. And you want to get your – it's usually the younger kids, your scout team per se, to give you a good look. I mean, I've been here for 28 years, and there was many years that we were good because our daggum scout teams were pretty doggone solid because we'd go out and play B team and just wear folks out, But they would have some success on our varsity because they would, a lot of times they would just look at the card. And to get back to your question, though, it is easier if you're preparing for an offense like your own, because when they see the cards, okay, it's familiar. I know what to do. Okay. When they're running, the back when they scored on that misdirection play, they scored their first touchdown on Jeff Davis. We didn't run that. We probably ran that play 12, 20 times last week. But we didn't run it even close to as well as they ran it. That's just something, that's a principle you have in the wing tee that they know what to do. That's ingrained in them, And we try, and it's real simple, a lot of the things, down, kick and stuff, but we don't do it. It's different. And to answer your question, it is easier to prepare for a team that is similar to you.
Okay.
It is.
I'd wondered about that because I know we face all kind of different looks as the season goes. And I was wondering how that goes like that. Coach, if you don't mind, can we take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the situation with Yulee in the park?
Yeah, we can.
That'll be all right?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching the Coach Murray Show.
Yes, sir.
Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
You got the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more.
Don't talk back.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Murray Show. All right, Coach, we've just kind of brushed over to Yulee, and now we're still on Yulee. We're talking about the parking now for the fans over there.
Yeah, I've been talking to Coach Doherty a couple times, and our AD's been talking to, I think his name's Coach Birch. He's been talking to Coach Phillips, our AD. They're doing a lot of construction down there at Yulee High School. You know, I don't know if y'all know what's going on down there, but there are a lot of people moving around Yulee, Florida. Yeah. And, you know, if you hadn't been down there in a year or so, you're going to see it looks a lot different, especially around the interstate. They call it something wind or something. I don't even know what they call it, but their school is under construction. You know, they told me we're going to have to dress in the cafeteria, which is clear on the other side of campus.
The whole place is under construction.
Yeah, and parking's going to be sort of a nightmare, but they have a little thing, and I'm going to email it to you tomorrow, and you can put on the site. Yes, you might even can stick it on this show. You know, when you get through editing it, because I have to go to my office, I'll try to shoot that thing to you tonight. But, you know, they'll have some designated parking spots for us. And you have to get your tickets through GoFan. You know, we talked about this the other day. I mean, this is the sign of the times. I mean, it's pretty much probably what you're going to have to do from now on. I mean, we're still going to offer you know, you turn the cash into us, we'll still offer that for a while, Coach Phillips was saying. But, you know, it's pretty much everywhere now, GoFan. You know, you buy the tickets online and, you know, you show them your phone or whatever device you may have when you get there. And, in fact, like I'll send that thing to you, too, that you can post as well. They have a thing talking about the tickets and parking.
Right. Yeah, I've been sharing that all week.
You know, but don't let this discourage y'all. Y'all please come out, because I tell you what, these boys, they sure do enjoy folks coming. You know, and I'm a little partial, but I think they deserve it. You know, I've watched them work out, you know, not just this year, but in previous years, and they deserve all y'all's support. And I know y'all freely give it anyway, so y'all just come on. Please support them.
Yeah, we do our best to keep all the information out there. But yeah, we're gonna post. You're gonna send me that tomorrow with a parking diagram.
Yeah. And
we'll have that posted up on both of our CSN pages, and I would imagine too the school athletic department's probably gonna.
Yeah, I think Coach Phillips has already actually posted that on the school's Facebook page, but I'm not the school's, but the athletic department's page. I'm not sure for certain about, but because I've seen it many times this week looking it over.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure I get it to you, and you can share it with the world, with the Indian Nation, you might say.
Yeah, Dusty's done a good job too with that page of keeping. You know, he'll text me sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if I don't see it right away, he'll shoot me a text. You know.
I mean, he's new world. You know, I say new world, modern world. I guess you might say we, you know, when we do things. He wants it electronically. He don't want hard copies, and that's easier to keep up with. And it's a sign of the times, man. I mean, that's how things are, and he does an excellent job putting information out there to us about, or when I say to us, to me too, about what's going on in athletics. You know, and he does a real good job being our AD for sure.
All right, Coach. Anything else you want to hit on before we head out?
No. I don't believe so. You know, I appreciate everybody showed up Friday, and I hope to see you there this Friday.
Might ought to get there early, given the construction and the parking situation. I know it's a one-lane road going in there. I know that because I covered basketball down there last year. When you make that left onto A1A, it's the second light. You make a right.
Some road with an M, but yeah, I'll have that stuff. We'll have
it all down there. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the Coach Murray Show, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right.
We'll see you Friday night.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a great night, everybody. Allen Aldridge Insurance, located in Kingsland, Georgia, is proud to serve the communities of Charlton and Camden counties, offering life, home, car, and business insurance. See Andy Gowan today for your insurance needs. Phone 912-729-7600 for more information. Protecting you is what we do. Gowan Aldridge Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network. Four Seasons Floral, located at 4415 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, has all of your floral needs covered, from Valentine's to birthdays and weddings to life celebrations, proms, special occasions, or just to say you love that someone special. We deliver as well. Call 912-496-7043 and we'll assist you with any floral need at Four Seasons Floral.
The certified service experts at Walker Jones Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC know precisely which parts your Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV needs. Rely on them to maintain your vehicle with the same parts used to build it. Our GM certified service experts are trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Simply schedule an appointment today on the web at walkerjoneschevy.com/service or come see us on Memorial Drive in Waycross.
Get the best deal from Walker Jones.
Georgia's own credit union has been putting the needs of our members first for more than 85 years. That's banking on purpose. At Georgia's own, you'll get better rates, fewer and lower fees, and the assurance of knowing that your success is what matters most to us. We have over 30 offices throughout the state to serve you better. So come on in. All Indian fans are welcome to join. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender.
West Folkestone Auto Supply is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. For all of your auto and big truck needs, go by and see Sammy and his staff today. They have everything from lawnmower blades to parts for big rigs and heavy equipment. CarQuest Folkestone Auto Supply is located at 4439 2nd Street in Folkestone, Georgia. For all of your parts and accessories, it's CarQuest Folkestone. Go Indians!
Charlton Electric now serving Charlton and surrounding counties. With over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services, our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades, mobile home services, troubleshooting, ceiling fan and light fixture installations, and much more. Call us today for an estimate at 912-276-7661.
For nearly 20 years, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives have made Friday night football electrifying. As the official energy provider of the GHSA, Georgia's EMCs are proud to support high school athletics in the communities we serve, standing behind every hike, every completed pass, and every team celebration. Because we know that today's high school athletes are tomorrow's local leaders. Georgia's EMCs.
Chemours has done a really good job with inclusion, hiring people from all different backgrounds and walks of life.
Women do work out in the plants, that we're not just administrators. Process technology is something you can do. Being a maintenance technician is something you can do.
It's open for everyone, even if you don't have experience.
We're going to train you. There's definitely room for advancement.
The opportunities are there.
Okefenokee Sportsman is locally owned by Fred and Rawling Coley, who have loyally served the people of Folkestone, Georgia, and surrounding counties for 17 years. Hunting and fishing supplies, as well as live bait, are our specialties. Join us on Saturday, October the 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. to mix and mingle with vendors from the hunting industry and enjoy live music from Matt Knowles. Local, loyal, and laid back, Okefenokee Sportsman.
Family-owned Valancourt Construction, established in 1945. Valancourt is constantly seeking out new markets and opportunities, as well as state-of-the-art construction technology. We consider this vital in order to provide value for our customers, career opportunities for our employees, and a bright future for our organization. Valancourt is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network.
Gant AC Heat and Electric, located at 141 West Love Street in Folkestone, Georgia. They service all makes and models of air conditioning and heating units, electric and plumbing supplies, blown installation, appliance parts and service, as well as sheet metal products. Gant is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network. Go Indians and the Band of Pride.
Folkestone Furniture on Main Street has the largest selection of home furnishings in Charlton County. We'll feature different items every week throughout the season. Stop in and see what's new in Folkestone Furniture. We have bedroom suites, living room suites, dining room suites, and so much more. Come in and see us today at Folkestone Furniture. Greetings from Folkestone and the Crossings, fine clothier and gifts. We carry just the right apparel for our southern weather. Stop in, shop, and enjoy the finest southern hospitality from the Crossings. Fine casual wear to weddings and proms as well. You'll find it at the Crossings.